Oh, damn. Hello, Cheddar. Hello, Kirsten. Hello, Ava. Hello, Emo. That was quick. Yes, Emo was quick. Talk down my phone. Like, Jesus Christ, I think y'all just waited that so quick. I think y'all just waited so quick. I don't know how. I don't know how the notifications went quick to you guys, but it went quick. Act quick. There we go. Anyway. Howdy, Dave Shaolin. How's everyone doing tonight on a Saturday? I hope everyone's doing good. Everyone's doing great. Well, so everyone's doing good. Well, explain a little bit. So first things first, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, I have something that's in my ear right now. So first things first, ladies and gentlemen. I figure addressing this now. So as of recently, as we discussed it, Tuesday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Tuesday. Well, as we discussed recently in the previous stream, that Aaron Fecter has got robbed in creative engineering. So, apparently, Aaron is now taking action, as an action, and as I mean copyright action. So, as of now, he just recently, and this is share off a Zan story too. He just copyrighted Zan's video of the sideshow melody. I gotta say that right. The sideshow melody of the circus show from GullyCon or at Gulliver's. So of course, let me just pull it up here real quick. Actually, 1 second. Let's share it. There you go. Um, so you see here as the title, Sideshow Melody, How Luck Bear, Day, Gully Con 3, Day 2, content removed by Creative Engineering Inc. So, of course, this was copyrighted by Aaron Fector. So, Aaron Fector has copyrighted Zan's video for the Sideshow Melody. For whatever reason, I don't really. I mean, I kind of know why he's doing it because, a second. Stop it. So that's what's going on. Is that Aaron has copyrighted Zan's video? He copyrighted another person's video as well, but which, if I had to believe the reason for it, I have to believe the reason for it is because, of course, he was planning, as he said in the video that he released months back after Billy Khan. He said that he was going to release the audio of the Full Circus show and stuff just right before he got Raw 2 and digitized and everything. Um, which I don't know the whole full story, what happened. Um, I don't know the whole full story. I don't know for sure. Like, maybe they're still under investigations right now, like who stole the master tapes, and maybe they're pointing fingers right now at Zan. I don't know. It's like, again, I don't know for sure what's going on. Like, again, I don't know for sure. Maybe the investigations are still going down right now. Um, so but as we know, of course, from the video that Aaron made with Leighton, that he was talking about the sideshow melody, but he had the little instrumental too, which was the Weird Al intro show, and he'll say that one day he's gonna release that show out to the public. Supposedly, that's what he said, or to the premium channel, whichever one comes first, obviously. So, of course, we already know that's been out there and stuff. So once the master taste got stolen, like I said, I guess the investigation is still going on right now, and maybe his crew, his team has probably pointed fingers over to the video, and they saw that, hey, this video, it's been out on YouTube for quite a bit. They stole the audio, you know, they took the video, whatever, this and that. Again, I don't know for sure. I do not know for sure the whole story. All I know is today that Zan and another YouTuber that also helps out Zan with the show, with the Harlock Bears at Gulliver's, all three shows actually at Gulliver's. His channel, his video, not his channel, but his video also got taken down as well. So maybe the investigation is still going on right now. So that's for some reason that's what's going on. For some reason that's what's happening. As far as I know, there's actually one more video. There's actually one video left still out there that still has the sideshow melody, um, and it's still up on YouTube. Last time I checked, and I don't think Aaron found out about it yet, but maybe it'll get taken down very soon because knowing Aaron, he is very strict when it comes to like that type of stuff, and knowing him, he is very strict of his IP as well when it comes to his characters. And again, it's rightfully so because and knowing that too between him and Zan, him and Zan has some a very interesting beef as well also. So like I said, maybe that's the whole investigation that's going down for it. So, not gonna say any names who pointed his name to Zan, but it's just one of those things. So that's yeah, it's a beefing thing. So it's like, again, it's a beefing thing. They go way back. They go way back ever since the Dream Factory days. Since the Dream Factory days, that's when the whole beef really started with this whole thing. Um, so and then knowing Aaron, how he is with his IP, and I seen from another person's story too, is that he encouraged another fan to not go on this other project that Juju is working on, like a Rockafire melody that he's doing, and then like work with something that he's doing with his project or something like that. So, it's one of those things. It's a nightmare factory. It's nightmare factory. I like that. I like that right here. Yep, it's not even Dream Factory by this point. It's Nightmare Factory. That's right. Yeah, and Zan don't even work for Dream Factory anymore because they have a falling out too. They had a falling out as well, and now their show is in really bad condition also too, which is also like depressing. So how it started from Zan, restoring Dream Factory, making that a really good show, and now where he's at now, he's working at Gulliver's and fixing up their show. So yeah, like you said, it's not Dream Factory, it's the Nightmare Factory. You're right about that. That is true. So yes, that is so true. So yeah, that's what happened. Aaron is on. Aaron's doing Aaron thing again. He's on this Aaron train. So he's on the move again, ladies and gentlemen. He's on the move again, and I guess nobody's there to stop him. So sucks, but I mean, what can you do about it? What what can you do? Try this out. There we go. 8 minutes. It should run by fast. But and also other news too, though. And I forgot to share this actually on the 1st of September, and I was so close to sharing this actually, and I was so ready to pull a dick move, but I kind of know that if I share stuff like this, the community would lose their shit, and knowing how some people are, it just would come out for wrongness of me. But I will share this anyway, so that nobody can be lost of it, and hopefully nothing else can be heard about it. Did I heard about the new retro art installed at the Plaza North store at Chile? Yes, sir, I did. I heard about the new Plaza art. The new retro art installed at the Plaza North store in Chile. Yeah, actually, yeah, I seen the post yesterday. They look really, really dope. I am not gonna be honestly here. I'll be pulling y'all questions up. Um, honestly, I gotta say those are pretty dope. If I feel like and they're a franchise too, so they can do whatever the hell they want. So that's another thing. So that's what I love about franchises. They can do whatever the hell they want. So that's what I love about franchises. But they ain't the first franchises to do that, actually, if I'm not mistaken. No, they are. Never mind. I take that back because the one in Oregon had the Studio C and the 2.0 stuff. So forgive me on that one. Anyway, so I love it. I really do love it. I kind of wish they kept that idea or kept that idea going. Honestly, that could have been so dope for a lot of 2.0 stores. Just saying. I kind of well, no, we did have a 2.0 store actually. We did have a 2.0 store that had like some old retro artwork actually that they closed in 2024. We did. Now I think about it, we did. But that's dope. That's really dope. Now I'm not saying like, oh, Chile is gonna be a legacy store because I'm not gonna hope. I'm not hoping that it is. I just feel like, oh, that's pretty good. Like even though we got live because we didn't get like a legacy store or whatever, I feel like that's the closest thing we can ever get. And that's nice. And I'm happy for that store that they get retro stuff like that. It makes them feel special, really, really special. Um, really, really special, and I love it, and I love that so much. Um, I do think the late '80s art they all have make it even cooler. Yes, I agree with you on that one. And notice how about the Wolfpack Five thing at the Dublin. No, it's not. No one cares about them. Um, so what I was gonna say actually, what I was gonna say, and about tomorrow, Sunday, so get about 3 to 2 weeks from now. Yeah, 2 to 3 weeks from now, we're about to inherit another store closing. Actually, in about 2 to 3 weeks from now, we're about to inherit another store closing. And ladies and gentlemen, this one about to hit a lot actually in the community, really, really hard, really, really hard. I don't know how people are gonna take this one specifically. Even though recently we just have Annapolis close. Recently we just had we just had Annapolis close. Uh, we just had Annapolis close, right? We had Pearl City close. We had the other store closed in Chile. Yes, another store shutter. Ladies and gentlemen, it is unfortunate news. And on the various days, actually, this sucks too because this is a very important day, actually, too. On the 21st of September, and honestly, I wish that I can honestly say that you remember on the very night of September that we will always say that you remember on the very 21st of September, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to lose Huntington Beach. Yes, we are going to lose Huntington Beach in about 2 to 3 weeks from now. Like I said, I was going to post this on the first, but I kind of let myself back. I was like, you know what? I am definitely going to keep myself quiet because I didn't want people in my comment section on my tail because obviously everybody wants to be a little Josephus. We are losing Huntington Beach September 21st. So when everybody's gonna be singing the 21st of September song because it's a tradition and obviously it's a black tradition. You should know this already, obviously. But we are losing Huntington Beach on the 21st of September. Yeah, exactly. Man, just like the Earth, Wind, and Fire song. Of course, you know it. Yeah. This reminds me of that day I gotta post it too. Not the Huntington Beach. I'm gonna post a song on the 21st of September. Yes, it is coincident. Yeah, it is. It sucks because I actually missed the 3rd of September. Actually, off topic. No, it's not off topic. But it's funny. I missed the post on the 3rd of September because I didn't think about this till like I was like on TikTok. I was scrolling on TikTok and every black like content creator was posting like point at POV. It's the 3rd of September, and you probably know the song anyway. You're young enough to know this. Your parents listen to music, so you gotta know this one, man. You don't know this, and then you gotta know this. It's a Motown hit, obviously. So every time when the 3rd of September hits, right? It's like, oh hey man, it's the 3rd of September. Every black people play this song on the 3rd of September. It's a common trend. It's a song by the Temptation called, how Papa was a Rolling Stone. Basically, or if you've seen the movie too, there's a biopic, by the way. Really good biopic, by the way. You should really do check it out on your free time. So there's an actual scene in the movie where the lead singer, Dennis Evans, says in the scene where, he gets really uncomfortable with the line saying the 3rd of September because the writer wrote the song 3rd of September saying that was his day his daddy died. Ironically, that's not actually true. The real story was his father didn't die on the 3rd of September. That was just in the actual song. But a lot of black people originate with that song, with the movie, and then with the song. So every time when the 3rd of September hits, it'd be like, oh, it's the 3rd of September. We're like, okay, what happened on the 3rd of September? And then people say like, oh, hey, that's the actual song. So usually September is like, the 3rd of September is Papa was Rolling Stone, and then Say That You Remember, and then we play like the 21st of September. So yeah. Oh, cool. So you heard of Pablo's Rolling Stone. See, there you go. Yep. Yeah, forget about it. See, I forgot about that Wednesday. So, but yeah, that's what's going on. That's what's going on. Huntington Beach is closing on the 21st of September. The oldest Seaside Theater is finally shuttering its doors on its final days. I know a lot of people will be sad to see it go. Yeah, I like that. Motown has the 3rd of September, while Columbia has the 21st of September. Yes, exactly. But yeah, going back to Huntington Beach, the oldest store, the oldest Peaceline Theater location in California. Let me make the state. Oldest Peaceline Theater location too, as well. I think the rest of them are still around as 2.0s, but ladies and gentlemen, we will be losing the oldest location. But either way, it will be relocated as a 2.0, unfortunately, but still, the building will rest in peace. What will happen to the stage itself will be unknown. So where did I get that news from? Where the hell did I get that news from? Screenshot. I think Deshaun sent it somewhere in a group chat. Well, I mean, the group chat we was in. I think he screenshotted from a server he was in. I don't know. I get a lot of stuff from him, so he can answer that better than me. But I think I got it from him. I could be wrong. Yeah, it was Deshaun. It was Deshaun. Because that same night he sent the same night I found Annapolis from my phone. So yeah, it was Deshaun. So yeah, that's how I found out. Like I said, I told him like I want to post it the next day, but I was like, I ain't gonna do it. I, Ryan's gonna make a post about it. He's gonna make a post about it the day of, because he's gonna wait the day of. That's how he's gonna do it, and I don't blame him either because he don't want like people on his comment sections and stuff. And I don't blame him for that either. I mean, I'll do it in like go straight dick mode, and like I really don't give like a single fuck. But I don't want people to be like, where you get this information from? Where you get this information from? Where your sources at? Blah 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 blah. Like sources. Trust me, bro. Those type. Like I don't want people like where you get your information from. Where do you heard this from? Like I don't want to hear those comment sections and stuff. But then it's a good thing too as well because it's another thing. Like if I posted it, then people are gonna call up the store and be like, "Hey, is it true you guys are closing on the 21st?" And then that's gonna cause more problems because people are gonna be like, "You're not supposed to call the store while they're closing or when they're supposed to close," because people find ways to stake out. But either way, I mean, it's gonna spread like wildfire. It's gonna spread like wildfire either way. So hey, 21st of September. You know what? This clip if Eclipse goes out there and stuff. So hey, spread like wildfire, huh? So It just sucks, it sucks. But speaking of which too, I found out last night, what happened to Annapolis. What happened with that stuff and what's going on with the Hicksville situation, actually. Um, um, as well. But further than that, take a pause real quick. But speaking of other stuff this month, Cartoon Network's regular show turned 15 today, so that's cool. Jesus, 15. I gotta watch back on that show. I've been watching a little bit on Netflix. TikToks. Yeah. I watched the rest on Hulu. What episode I'm on, actually? I got on my phone. I'm gonna tell you right now, episode I'm on. I am on season 5, episode 19, Rippy in the Sky with Burrito. Yes, like I said, I'm on season 5, episode 19, Rippy in the Sky with Burrito. I'm almost finished with this one. I forgot which one this was, but I'm gonna get back watching it. You see, I watched them on my TV, but I think I got a lot back into Hulu, actually. So I've been keeping them up, like watching it. I told a buddy of mine, I think I told you too, like every time I watch it, like I be on the next season. I was like, I just don't know when I'll be on the next season. Like I just get into it more and more. Oh yeah, I'm halfway there. I'm getting close. I'm halfway to the point where they're getting to the space episodes, the dome season, and where I found out, or where like they found out where Thomas is like the Russian spy, and before like Rigby graduated, so it's getting like halfway closer to that sort of season where like Thomas is like he's in and out of the season. So I think this one Thomas is not really much into the season. Like I see bit of Thomas, but he's like written out some more. But it's where like Rigby is almost close to graduating in the dome space. And this is the one where Margaret is out of the storyline, and this is now Mordecai and CJ. So this is the Mordecai and CJ storyline right now. So yeah, so I'm on that one. I'm on the Mordecai and CJ storyline because Margaret is right out of the storyline for a little bit. Thank you. Glad you enjoyed the funny traveling vlog. Oh, I was saying. Oh yeah. Every time I hear Thomas' voice, I think of Sonic the Hedgehog. Since he played the same guy who voiced Thomas, I didn't know that. I was saying, oh yeah. So found out last night about what happened with Annapolis show and what's going on. Like what did Tyler said or what Tyler meant by the stuff what's going on with Hicksville. Okay, so what it was is that so even though the bots themselves, which is true, the bots themselves are sitting back, or at least are back at SPT as of right now, or at least currently the bots are back at SPT. The backstage stuff, some stuff's backstage, those are parts that went to Hicksville. Cosmetic parts, those did not went to Hicksville. Again, for the posts that has been surfaced around online, whether it was my post or anyone else's post, the backstage props, the stage props, those went back to corporate or to SPT. Backstage stuff, those went to Hicksville. I just found out yesterday due to Elijah or Ray's Electric. He confirmed that last night. So the bots, they went back to SPT. Now, again, what will they do with the bots is really unknown at this point. Now, will they do the taxidermies for the Chuck's arcades if they make some more? Maybe. Will they do taxidermies for the upcoming Chuck's Adventure Worlds that's happening about 2 months from now. Maybe will they just leave them over there just to rot and die? Maybe. And that's true. And they destroy some posters at Annapolis since we literally got a picture of the big city poster. Yes, that's true. Some posters did got destroyed. So, as in other words, some did got destroyed. Some posters did got destroyed as they will never be used again. So some things got saved and some things got unfortunately got destroyed. Not unlike not the show. I don't know why corporate didn't want to destroy the show, but they didn't get destroyed. I'm surprised corporate is deciding to save some shows. Corporate cannot just stick to their word, can they? Honestly, I don't know why they're doing that. Uh, I wonder how many shows they still got saved in that warehouse. It did destroy some, and some got saved. Like I wonder how much left they got saved in that warehouse. Honestly, and like whatever future plans they still got like with them. You know, like even taxidermies is one thing. What else do they have? Like what else do they have planned next for these like savable shows that still around or like wrapped up and everything? Is it like are we doing a museum or something? Like are we making a museum? Are we putting them in a museum? What's next? Corporate? Like I thought you guys say a museum would not work. Are we going back on the words now? Like it's it's a no. Knowing corporate, anything right now is it's on the table, and then whatever happens with them, it happens. We all know they can say one thing, and then you turn back around, another thing happens. But it whatever happens, it happens. But it will never surprise you what they can do next anymore. And I feel like, hey, if you still got these shows out in the public, I mean, in your warehouse, make good uses of them. Don't destroy them. Instead, destroy the ones that are like really, really bad. You acknowledge the fact that some of them has been saved. Make good uses of them. Don't put them to taxidermies. Like they're not worth it. Making. You know, but try something different for them. Whatever works, because it's evident enough. There's still some Studio C's. you know. So the animatronics are going back to SPT, but the props is a different story. The props been going back actually to the props been going back to SPT for a good while actually, because evident enough, we knew that Pizza Cam was at SPT for a very, very long time. For a very, very long time because evidence enough. Some stages went back to SPT. Laurel was one. Laurel stage went back to SPT. Pizza Cam was evident enough. He came from that location. Who's now at Pinesville? I think Whitehall. Yeah, Whitehall was another one. Sam Circle. Sam Circle was another one that went to SPT. And their stage went back over to SPT. A couple other stages went back to SPT along with props. So it's evident enough that everything does go back to SPT for like various reasons. I don't know why. People say they go back to CZ. I don't know why. Because I knew were saved while the props were left behind. Possibility doesn't seem too far off. Right. They were saved. To Corp? I didn't know that.
Are you fixing any food? You want him to put it up or what?
You can put it up.
Tom, put that food up, okay?
So they sold the Corp. I mean, oh, okay, never mind. Well, that's true. They did say like they did so afraid. So yeah. Okay, they were makes sense. Oh yeah, I know you're talking about. Yeah, I got you. One second. Like I said, man, like I said, whatever corporate does, this corporate does, I guess. I mean, it won't really like surprise me, honestly, what happens, but just know like we are aware there's save like there's probably like a bunch of shows being saved, wrap around, waiting to be the sea and the light of day again. But it's out there, it's out there. Like they're out there, probably some Studio C's, probably some three stages, probably some cyberamics, maybe some walkarounds, if lucky enough, probably. But like I said, whatever corporate want to do, corporate can do it. Um, But yeah, even the Chile, I'm not gonna say Chile, but I know you're talking about bots were collected by the franchisees. I didn't know they're coming up kind of thing the cyber system. Yeah, yep. Mm-hmm. I know a fan. He had another cyber system, but from the other store, actually from the plaza. He had another system, cyber system from the other store. Yep, it was pretty good. So it's evident enough that it's evident enough that the whole show went with a private collector. But yeah, man, like I said, whatever corporate decision is corporate decision. You know, it's up to them. It's really up to them. So I have a gut feeling like we might see something again. True. And they didn't have to go out like this, and we didn't have to get lied to about it either at the same time. We did it. Both ways. Didn't have to do it, but at the same time, man, at the same time, I agree with you. I 100% agree with you. They didn't have to go out like this, and we didn't have to get lied. But all we know is the show is safe and sound, and is in a better place. Thankfully, it didn't get destroyed. Thankfully, it didn't get trashed. Uh, as much as I love to see Chile have a legacy store, and I know it wasn't in corporate's hands, at least it's in franchisees' hands, and thankfully, like I said, it's in a better place in somebody else's hands, and hopefully their legacy lives on forever. Oh, I was on the video right there. Second. There was a Reddit post about it. Hold up. All right. That's true. The Chile situation is about as confusing as the Canada situation from us back. That is true. That is really true. So who knows? Who really knows? I mean, going off the Reddit post, that's just a lot to say, but you know. But other than that, um, other than that, take a pause from this and switch gears to something else. So usually at this time, ouch. Usually at this time, I would come on here and do the usual this talk with Daniel Tiger. But we know we're taking our man a little break, obviously. I want to talk about something else, another thing tonight, which I find amusing and a bit funny too. Really funny. So, a lot of people may or may not seen this special or movie. I want to say a movie. As a kid, yes, it's from Matt. Yes, Matt did post it today. So you seen the Almo video? Yeah, we're talking about the Almo video, and yeah, we're talking about the Almo video. You're right. Now, for those who have seen the movie Alamo and Grouchland, uh, I've been waiting so long for Matt to actually post his video too because it's one of the movies that I grew up with as a kid. I know a lot of you guys grew up watching this movie as a kid on DVD. So um, so for those who have not seen Alma and Grassland, I'm gonna just summarize this. This is one of Almo's first biggest movies and only biggest movies actually in theaters, obviously. So of course, just a context, this is when Almo's popularity was really skyrocketing in the 90s. And of course, you know, Almo had a lot of specials that you can name off the top of your head. You know, Almo's face was all over it. So of course, this was the second theatrical Sesame Street release that was in theaters. Was it better than Follow That Bird? Hell no. Um, Honestly, it could have been a goddamn special. It really wasn't a freaking goddamn movie. Looking back at it years later and watching it years later, it should have stayed its ass as a fucking special. But I digress. So of course, it's about Elmo trying to get his blanket back, and of course, he's in Grouchland, which I want to say most of the movie does not focus on Grouchland. This is mainly focused on Elmo getting his blanket back. But the whole movie is like his adventure in Grouchland, but it doesn't focus much on Grouchland and stuff. You just have to watch the movie to understand it, man. Um, but it's a timeless classic, you know, where Sesame Street was at the time and where it was still going. At least, you know, if you love or hate Almo, I guarantee there was a lot of people that hated Almo still to this day, and people still say that Almo is the reason where Sesame Street is hated today. So yeah, the thing is, right here, the thing is, Almo was a character on Sesame Street for like 19 years by the release of the film, but he didn't get a true fame until like the late 80s. That's true. Thank you, Kevin Clash, for that feature. But yes, but and people still say that Almo is the reason why Sesame Street sucks because people claim that Almo ruined Sesame Street. So um, now the title for this thing is, and this is such a lovely title too, by the way. Actually, I love this title so much. Because I got ads popping up, trying to keep refreshing it, but ads keep. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's share the screen. So I love this title so much. It says, "How's Elmo awful movie ruined Sesame Street?" Now, to say that this movie is very awful is debatable, but hey, look, it did ruin Sesame Street in so many ways. Again, debatable, I guess. But anyway, I'm gonna stop talking. Let's watch this video. It's 16 minutes and 38 seconds. So, without further ado, enjoy.
Elmo yelled at his best friend for touching his blankie and then got trapped in a secret underground universe?
So he's not Elmo's friend anymore.
Hey everyone, I want to start by saying thank you so much for 60,000 subscribers. I've been promising to make this review for almost half a year now, and I'm so excited that I finally get to share it with you all. If you haven't already, make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you can find out what my next subscriber milestone video will be. And stick around to the end of the video for an exclusive sneak peek of an exciting new video game I've been developing with the folks at Retail Revenge, where you get to beat the crap out of every Karen who crosses your path. Let's not waste any more time and delve right in. This video is brought to you by viewers like you. Thank you. Make sure to turn on notifications and help get this video to 5,000 likes. The film opens with the Jim Henson logo, and it looks like even Kermit the Frog is reluctant to be on screen for this nonsense. The movie hasn't even started yet, and we've already seen the funniest gag. We then see Bert and Ernie preparing for their couples bath. And even if you don't think they're gay, they're undeniably exhibitionists.
Look at all those people.
Not that many people, apparently. The movie is so desperate to reach its theatrical runtime that the risque roommates waste 10 seconds with a pointless countdown.
3, 2, 1.
That was not a clip. That was the entire movie.
The movie starts properly in Elmo's bedroom. Elmo jumps out of bed as it appears he's been possessed by the ghost of Jim Henson. Elmo says he wants to show us his favorite thing in the whole world, which feels like the last thing you hear right before getting jumped by Freddy Fazbear. The film turns into an episode of Dora the Explorer as Elmo asks the audience to help him find his blankie.
Have you seen Elmo's blanket?
Did you check behind the Tiger Woods poster? I mean, it wouldn't be the first time he tried to cover up dirty laundry. He eventually finds his blankie, which is so crusty that it's taken on a life of its own. Yuck. Elmo then sings a song about how his blankie is his best friend in the whole world, because I guess Dorothy can go f*** herself. Also, I don't care how old you are, if your best friend is a magic floating carpet, you need to go outside and touch some grass. Even Aladdin had a boo. I'm not sure how they managed to make a blanket scarier than Pennywise the Clown, but this is nightmare fuel, even for a grown-ass man like me. Elmo says he would never leave his blankie behind, and the rest of the movie's like, wanna bet? Elmo accidentally spills juice all over his best friend, and takes his blankie to the laundromat, which apparently shares the building with the cast of Stomp. Wait, why does Big Bird have dirty socks if he's always barefoot? You know what? Probably best we don't know why. Elmo tries to drown his best friend before suffocating him in the dryer. Don't believe me? Consider this scene but from the blankie's point of view. Elmo runs into Zoe, who's down in the dumps because her father won't take her to the zoo. Elmo tries to bring the zoo to her by doing the world's worst animal impressions.
Oh, I know, it's a pig!
Bitch, when's the last time you've seen a pig at the zoo? Zoe immediately becomes infatuated with Elmo's blankie, and Elmo instantly goes from cuddly red furball to prickly green-eyed monster. And I mean, to be fair to Elmo, how would you react if someone started randomly rubbing their face on your shit? Zoe says she'll give it back in a minute, but Elmo wants his blankie back now.
Elmo wants his blanket back now!
So at this point, I think it's fair to say that both of them are in the wrong without being particularly malicious. Zoe shouldn't have taken Elmo's blankie without asking, but at the same time, Elmo could have been way kinder when asking for it back. If this were a normal episode of Sesame Street, I imagine they resolve this with Zoe apologizing for taking the blankie without asking, and Elmo agreeing to share it with her. But since this is a whole-ass movie, we gotta draw out their bickering for at least another hour.
No! Elmo wants his blanket back now!
The two get into a tug of war over the blankie, and things go from 0 to 100 real fast. Aw, now it's personal. Zoe apologizes for tearing the blankie, as any good friend would do. And how does Elmo respond?
Zoe's not Elmo's friend anymore!
What the hell, Elmo? That's like the tiniest tear I've ever seen, and you're acting like she burned your house down. You really need better friends. I'm of course talking to Elmo's blankie. Things get even worse when Telly Monster comes in on his roller skates and accidentally swipes the blankie. You see what happens when you give Muppets legs? Telly almost crashes into this woman carrying a tray of glasses, but avoids her at the last second. And then Elmo runs in. Nice going, douchebag. Elmo chases Telly all over town, which catches the attention of Grover, who drops his waiting job to turn into Super Grover.
What about breakfast? No, thank you, sir.
Okay, that one actually got me. The blankie flies through the air before landing in the hands of Oscar the Grouch. Oscar uses the sentient snot rag as a tissue, gross, before throwing it in the trash can. So wait, is he putting it in his house or throwing it in the trash? Elmo finds out what happened to his blankie and nearly has a stroke. And man, I really wish the movie ended right here. Elmo breaks into Oscar's trash can without permission and asks the monobrowed monster to give his blankie back. Sorry, did I say ask? What I meant to say was Elmo has a complete meltdown and has to get restrained by his neighbors to keep him from setting the trash can on fire.
Okay.
He's not home, dumbass. Everyone tells Elmo that he'll just have to wait for Oscar to get back, and Elmo tells them to f*** off.
Everybody, hug it up. Nothing to see here. Move along.
Elmo, I'm not sure you're in a position to be turning away friends right now. Elmo can't even wait 10 seconds before taking it upon himself to break into Oscar's home.
I didn't know Oscar's place was this big.
Damn, dude lives in a trash can that's somehow more spacious than my entire apartment. Elmo finds his blankie next to a door marked keep out. I'm sure that's nothing to worry about. He accidentally unlocks the door, which turns out to be a portal to another dimension. Elmo gets sucked off to Grouchland. As it turns out, Oscar was home the entire time. Too bad Sesame Street doesn't have stand your ground laws.
What if you can create your own website by saying, this is what I want? With Wix, you can. First up, let's talk about AI color themes. You can get any combos you want.
Elmo goes full Wizard of Oz as he ends up in the one place he truly belongs, in the trash.
Elmo doesn't think he's on Sesame Street anymore.
I don't think Sesame Street is on Sesame Street anymore. It turns out Elmo has ended up in Grouchland, a bizarre Oscar was home the entire time. Too bad Sesame Street doesn't have stand your ground laws. Elmo goes full Wizard of Oz as he ends up in the one place he truly belongs, in the trash.
Elmo doesn't think he's on Sesame Street anymore.
I don't think Sesame Street is on Sesame Street anymore. It turns out Elmo has ended up in Grouchland, a bizarro version of Sesame Street where even the residents hate having to sing.
What a fine big day!
Still better than Cocomelon, the city even has its own version of Sharon Stone.
You like me! You really like me!
You know, I can imagine all the 4-year-olds in the audience laughing their asses off at that reference.
Armando, I grouch! Therefore, I am!
You know, I get that they're trying to make Grouchland look like a tacky-colored trash pit, but honestly, this just looks like the inside of every queer bar in the Midwest. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a Grouchland-themed burlesque show. Elmo was officially welcomed to Grouchland by Mayor Groucho Marx, and the Grouches make him feel right at home. I imagine parents did the same thing after buying their kids tickets to this movie. Just then, a cartoonishly evil helicopter swoops in and starts sucking off everyone's belongings. Elmo steps up to stop the hellish helicopter from sucking off a little girl.
You keep using the word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
It turns out the helicopter belongs to Huxley, the big bad of the movie who's played by Mandy Patinkin. Gee, I wonder how he landed that part. Huxley says that everything he touches belongs to him, including Elmo's blankie.
But I have to get home with my brand new whoopee.
I don't know what Huxley's MO is, but I don't trust any grown man who calls a blanket a whoopee. Huxley flies off as Bert and Ernie pause the film to recap the scene we just watched.
He took Elmo's blanket.
Are kids' attention spans really so short that they can't remember what they just saw 30 seconds ago? Elmo tries to get the other Grouches to help him, which goes about as well as you'd expect.
Can you please help Elmo get his blanket back?
I'd love to, but I don't speak English.
Everyone tells Elmo to off, except for the little Grouch girl he helped earlier. She explains that Huxley rules over Grouchland like an authoritarian dictator. Not because he's the strongest or the smartest, but because the other Grouches are too lazy and mean to work together to take him down. Where have I heard that one before? The Grouch girl agrees to help Elmo get his blankie back, while Huxley's henchbug stalks him like the cameraman from Blair Witch. She says Huxley's lair is a long way off, but Elmo claims he's done much harder things before.
Like what? Elmo learned to tie his own shoes.
Motherfucker, you don't even wear shoes. She points out Elmo might not make it home ever again. And that's supposed to be a deal breaker? Elmo says he doesn't need any help getting to Huxley's lair and can rescue his blankie all by himself.
Elmo's gonna make it. You'll see.
Well, it was nice knowing you, Elmo. Who am I kidding? No, it wasn't.
Imagine being able to build anything just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
Elmo takes one look at the mountain and immediately gives up. That didn't take long. He's about to call it quits when he's interrupted by the shrub monster from hell, who sings him a song to convince him to keep going.
Now get up there, my little red bop head, and take that step.
Elmo gets so engrossed by the song that he has a stroke halfway through. So that's what happens when you use the wrong batteries for Tickle Me Elmo. It turns out Huxley is on to Elmo's plot, and at this point, I'm convinced the casting director only looked at the top half of Mandy's headshot before giving him the role.
Wow, his eyebrows are huge.
It's best not to stare, lest you fall into their hypnotic gaze. Meanwhile, the residents of Sesame Street realize Elmo has gone missing and head to Grouchland to track him down. They get to Grouchland, where it turns out Oscar is the golden turd in a sea of crap. Oscar ditches the gang to hang out with his groupies. They try to ask the cops for help and end up getting thrown in jail.
It's against the law to ask for help in Grouchland.
I thought Grouchland was meant to be the opposite of the real world. Huxley's henchbugs trick Elmo into going the wrong way by moving the arrow on the sign to the castle.
Your tushy bone is crushing my skull.
I'm surprised that line made it onto Sesame Street before they moved to HBO. Elmo gets trapped in a cave where his ominous glowing eyes threaten to swallow the audience whole. He finds a minecart and goes on a ride through the Dollar Store Temple of Doom. Elmo escapes the tunnel, and Huxley reacts the same way my girlfriend does after round 5.
He's still coming.
We're then treated to the best song in the movie as Huxley sings an ode to his massive hoard of random crapola.
When umbrellas disappear, they're not lost, they're all here. Got them locked up in a box with a million missing stuff. I love hearing it all we love.
Man, Eminem's been real quiet since this dropped. Apparently, Huxley's voice is so good it almost landed him a role in West Side Story.
They said I wasn't right for Maria. What do they know? I feel pretty.
That sounds like the best show ever. You're telling me people wouldn't pay top dollar to see Mandy Patinkin crushing it as Maria? Huxley plans to stop Elmo in his tracks when Sesame Street's power couple shows up again to spell out the message of the movie.
Maybe Huxley just hasn't learned how to share yet.
God, do you know how annoying it is to have some jackass interrupt your movie with their whiny little side comments?
Okay, I want to take a pause real quick. My bad, y'all. I've been trying to find out how to get my... Oh, shoot. I mute myself. Okay. I want to go back to the Stugweed character real quick. Jesus. Okay. Right here.
It wasn't. Elmo takes one look at the mountain and immediately gives up.
Jesus
That didn't
Christ,
take
I hate
long.
this.
He's about to call it quits when he's interrupted by the shrub monster from hell, who sings him a song to convince him to keep going.
Now get up there, my little red bop head, and take that step.
Why did I... Okay. What? Real quick. I just want to explain this real quick. Then going back to the scene where we was at. So every time I think about this song, because it's one of my favorite songs, I literally thought that the Stugweed, that's the actual goddamn character's name, was Jerry Nelson. I'm sorry. Every time I hear a character's voice that's in that voice tone, I'm thinking, that's Jerry Nelson, because Jerry got a unique voice, right? And obviously, there's a lot of voices that Jerry actually played really well, like the Mayor Grouch and some other Grouch characters. But no, the green plant, that's Steve Whitmire, and I was like, that's Steve out of all people. Steve Whitmire that's the guy who's doing the singing voice. Like, dang, I did not know that Steve Whitmire over here did a great job. And I don't know who else is in this other movie too, but man, Steve Whitmire out of all people with the green plant. Eat your heart out, Steve. Okay, my bad. My bad, y'all. My bad for interfering. Okay, so let's continue on. Yeah, that's Steve Whitmire. I didn't know that either. I thought that was Jerry Nelson. But Jerry was the mayor, and he was the Officer Grouch. I forgot who else he was in the movie. But it's easy like to recognize Jerry's voice too, because like it's like Jerry got a unique voice. That's how I know Jerry's voice. Like Jerry got a unique voice, characters. When he did the Muppets. The guy, the guy, the okay.
Elmo escapes the tunnel, and Huxley reacts the same way my girlfriend does after round 5.
He's still coming.
We're then treated to the best song in the movie, as Huxley sings an ode to his massive hoard of random crapola.
When umbrellas disappear, they're not lost, they're all here. Got them locked up in a box with a million missing stuff. Guy Glove, here it is, all we love.
Man, Eminem's been real quiet since this dropped. Apparently, Huxley's voice is so good, it almost landed him a role in West Side Story.
They said I wasn't right for Maria. What do they know? I feel pretty.
That sounds like the best show ever. You're telling me people wouldn't pay top dollar to see Mandy Patinkin crushing it as Maria? Huxley plans to stop Elmo in his tracks when Sesame Street's power couple shows up again to spell out the message of the movie.
Maybe Huxley just hasn't learned how to share yet.
God, do you know how annoying it is to have some jackass interrupt your movie with their whiny little side comments? Well, do you? The henchbugs once again block Elmo's path, claiming to be a construction crew for a new Starbucks. Because if there's one thing the Grouches need, it's extra caffeine. They send him toward the Queen of Trash's lair, and Elmo thanks the headbug by giving him a hug. That's when we see just how touch-starved this incel insect really is. Back in jail, Big Bird tortures the other prisoners by making them listen to the Sesame Street soundtrack.
Oh no! Let me out of here! It's torture!
I guess the show really does know its audience. Elmo makes it to the Trash Queen's lair, where he's confronted by a pair of rundown.
I agree with you. Bert and Ernie's role in this movie felt so forced. That's one thing. That's one thing I did not like about later on when I watched more of this movie. I hated how the writers kept on interrupting the scenes with Bert and Ernie. That's why I felt like this felt like more of a TV special instead of a movie. Like I get it. Like in the beginning wise, like, okay, I get it in the beginning. It makes sense for them to like, you can add them in the beginning of the movie and then that's like the last time. And then the ending of the movie, it's good to add them in. I mean, it makes sense for them to be in the movie too, don't get me wrong, because obviously they're main characters in Sesame Street, you know, or maybe just a thought, obviously, putting them in the movie all together, you know, just saying. But you know, having Bert interrupting the scene and then you getting Ernie in again, it was stupid. It was so stupid. Like I cannot imagine kids, like I really cannot imagine that, like kids back in the day watching this, man. I really can't. And I'm reading you guys' comments here, you know. It kind of did feel forced, not gonna lie. Follow That Bird is better. No lies told. Whole movie felt forced as a TV special, then a whole theatrical film. Was great. Who the hell is watching Looney Tunes? But yeah, I agree. Bert and Ernie scene, that's one thing that ruined this whole movie is their scenes felt so forced and just felt in. I just feel like with them being these little side pieces in this movie, it just felt weird. It just really felt weird. Like just having this boom screenish and then not playing a big role in this movie, unlike other characters like Grover or Tilly Monster, or you know, well, Tilly Monster was in the movie, sorry, but like you know, I agree. It did feel a bit forced, and I kind of wish they play a more bigger role into this movie storyline. Okay, let's continue.
Down Wheelers.
This looks like Jerry.
He said the J word!
We then see where half the film's budget went as Vanessa Williams' Trash Queen seduces Elmo with her siren song of sanitation. And say what you want about Williams' performance, but this is the one scene where it appears the scenery is chewing her. The Trash Queen suspects Elmo of being Huxley's spy, but Elmo says he just wants to get his blankie back.
Well, you certainly sound like Huxley.
The Queen of Trash says Elmo is more like Huxley than he thinks. Elmo claims he's nothing like Huxley, until he remembers that he's been a massive asshole for most of the movie. The Queen says the only way for Elmo to prove he isn't like Huxley is to give her something.
Huxley could never give anyone anything.
Okay, sounds easy enough. So what does he have to give her? Money? Blood? Vital organs?
100 raspberries.
Wait, what?
Oh, that sends shivers down my spine.
She tells him to give her 100 raspberries in 30 seconds. And I feel like the director just wanted to watch Vanessa Williams get off on getting tongued by a bunch of Muppets.
Oh, I love raspberries.
Elmo gives her 100 raspberries, despite not having a tongue, and the Queen of Trash comes so hard that her seat explodes. The Queen compliments Elmo for being the first one to finish the challenge to completion and sends him on his way. How exactly was this supposed to be a trap again? Back at the castle, Huxley is watching Bug play with himself when he sees that Elmo has escaped again.
Why, that little red bath man.
Wait, what did he call him?
Little red bath man.
Did he just call Elmo a bastard?
Bath man.
I mean, we all wanted to, but I didn't think they would say it in his own movie. Huxley tells Bug to quit beating himself off and sends in his secret weapon to defeat Elmo.
It's time to take care of that little red wad once and for all.
Okay, he actually says Fuzzwad, but we all know what he really wants to call him. It turns out Huxley's secret weapon is a giant chicken, whom I'm assuming is Gonzo and Henrietta's bastard son. The chicken attempts to eat Elmo when the tone-deaf furball tries to save himself by singing.
Elmo's a little teapot, short and stout.
Elmo's singing is so bad the chicken flings him to the opposite side of the castle. Elmo is convinced he'll never get his blankie back, which would be a sad moment if it wasn't for another pointless Bert and Ernie cameo. The two stop the movie again to assure the audience the movie will have a happy ending. Spoiler alert.
Who'd want to see a movie with a sad ending, Bert?
Titanic. Titanic had a sad ending.
You know, I'm sure that James Cameron would be open to an all-Muppet reboot of Titanic. Meanwhile, Grizzy helps the Sesame Street gang break out of jail, while Oscar rallies the other Grouches to stand up to Huxley.
Hold the fuck up. Was that? Hold up. Wait a second. Was
Spoiler
it?
alert.
Who'd want to see a movie with a sad ending, Bert?
Wasn't that?
Titanic. Titanic had a sad ending.
You know, I'm sure that James Cameron would be open to an all-Muppet reboot of Titanic.
Oh my god. My god. That was so good. That was good. I don't care what anyone says. That was good. That was good. That was good. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. That was AI. That was good. That was good. That was good AI. But I don't think Disney will go ahead and make that budget of it. Honestly, I don't think Disney will do it. But
Want to see a movie with a sad ending, Bert?
Titanic. Titanic had a sad ending.
You know,
I can
I'm sure that James Cameron would be open.
yeah. From the looks of it, don't look bad.
To an all-Muppet reboot of Titanic.
Yeah. Oh, okay, it makes sense. This who made it, but they didn't do bad though. They actually did good. They actually really, really did good. They really did so good, but I don't think Disney will go all out for it though. Well, they can't because it's not owned by them, but they did good. Props to them.
Meanwhile, Grizzy helps the Sesame Street gang break out of jail, while Oscar rallies the other Grouches to stand up to Huxley.
When they take our goo, we gotta do. Take our goo, we gotta do.
Looks like today's movie is brought to us by the letter Malcolm X. The next morning, Elmo runs into a very hangry caterpillar who gives him the motivation to go after his blankie.
Just look inside.
The scene ends before we see Elmo accidentally squish the caterpillar with his clumsy, uncanny legs. The movie reaches its climax as Elmo's character arc comes full circle, because while the movie started with Elmo breaking into someone's home and demanding his blankie back, the movie ends with Elmo breaking into someone's home and demanding his blankie back.
Elmo wants his blanket back now. Elmo wants his blanket back now.
How is he not like Huxley again? Huxley traps Elmo in his claw machine and threatens to squish him to death with his giant branding machine. Elmo begs for his life, while Huxley points out just how annoying the tyrannical toddler's voice is. Just then, Elmo's friends arrive to save the day, while Oscar leads an angry mob to burn Huxley's castle to the ground. Huxley tries to kill Elmo, but gets thwarted by a life-size game of mousetrap. Bug gives Elmo his blankie back before telling off Huxley in the most kid-friendly way possible.
You're nothing but a basket case.
It's a 90s G-rated movie. I'm sure they'd let you call him a bastard one time. Huxley pleads for mercy and promises to give back all the toys he stole, while Bug tells him to put his money where his mouth is. Elmo thanks everyone for helping him get his blankie back, even though it was Bug who did 99% of the work. The gang says they're proud of Elmo for learning his lesson, even though he's basically the same person he was at the beginning of the film, as his whole personality still revolves around this goddamn blankie. The gang takes a shortcut back to Sesame Street, and Elmo finally apologizes to Zoe for losing his shit. He asks her if they can still be friends, and Zoe ignores her opportunity to put an end to her and Elmo's toxic friendship. Elmo allows Zoe to hold the blankie, which is a sweet gesture until you remember it's been in Grouchland for 2 whole days, so it probably smells like shit.
What could happen?
Shut up, Elmo. And we never see Huxley again after this movie, because Oscar and the other Grouches probably burned him at the stake right after Elmo and crew got back to Sesame Street. The movie ends with one final song, as Elmo thanks the audience for all their help, even though this whole mess could have been avoided if Elmo wasn't such a greedy little twerp. Don't believe me? Let's review. Elmo refused to share his blanket with anyone, and yelled at his best friend when she tried to borrow it. He got into a tug of war over the crusty cloth rag, which led to it getting lost in Oscar's trash can. Instead of asking Oscar politely for the blankie back, Elmo broke into his house and tried to steal it back, which caused him to get lost in Grouchland. Elmo was then forced to rescue his blankie from the human personification of his inner demons, but refused to accept help from anyone along the way. He allowed himself to get duped at every turn and nearly got killed by countless foes. When he finally made it to Huxley's lair, he immediately got captured and only managed to escape after his friends arrived to save the day. The only reason Elmo did get his blankie back was because the bad guy's henchmen were sick of his crap and not because of anything Elmo did himself. And even though Elmo finally apologized for yelling at Zoe, he still has an unhealthy obsession with an inanimate object that doesn't even have eyes to see just how terrible Elmo really is. F you, Elmo. Thanks for watching, everyone, and thank you so much for 60,000 subscribers. So for the past few months, I've been working with the folks at Retail Revenge to create an exciting new 2D fighting game that gives you the cathartic carnage of tearing into the worst Karens imaginable. Check it out. So as someone who used to work the graveyard shift at a Burger King, I cannot tell you how cathartic this game has been to develop. Click the link in the description to learn more about the game and how you can help bring it to life. We're going to be launching our Kickstarter later this year, so make sure to follow Retail Revenge on Instagram and other social media platforms for all the latest updates. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you all next time.
You know what else is beautiful? At the ending of it all, we get to see 3 beautiful videos of our boy Daniel Tiger. And out of all 3 of them, you gotta actually was one of my favorite. Of course, it's the one of him being racist with my girl Miss Elena. Miss Elena still deserves justice. Okay, but seriously though. But in all seriousness though, oh no, where's the... There we go. 3 videos. He know what he was doing. Right. Okay. Oh, hey, Pizza Dog. Hi, Pizza Dog. And hello, Jonathan. Now, now that was actually just a fun video. That was a good, really video. Now, look. I know, even though... Scratching. Now... I can say one thing that Follow That Bird and Alma and Grouchland has one thing in common, actually. They both share one thing in common, despite being both theatrical releases of Sesame Street movies. They were both unfortunately box office flops due to the fact with Follow That Bird, they were in between releases of the release of Back to the Future and Pee-wee's Big Adventure. And of course, with Alma and Grouchland, I forgot what was released around that time, around October of 99. But I know it was something around that release in another box office film, which also sucks. I don't know how much the marketing was around that time. Maybe the marketing was good. Maybe the marketing was really good. I mean, we really don't know. Um, well, that bird didn't deserve the failure, but Alan Grassland. I'm gonna say both really didn't deserve the failure because I'm gonna say both didn't. They're both underrated movies. Honestly, I'm gonna say like this: they're both underrated. If you ever consider like talking about like with Big Bird and Ammo, then most likely yeah, you're gonna most likely talk about the specials that these both characters were in, because both of these characters did carry on Sesame Street, uh, that were mainly in a lot, and that's where a lot of them are. But I feel like both of them do deserve their own movies in rightfully so ways, and I'm glad that they did. And I'm glad that I grew up both watching both of them, honestly. And I feel like Alma deserved that spotlight because he was on a lot of specials too. So with him having his own movie, um, not the best movie, obviously, honestly, not the best, but at the same time, it was something that was meant to happen. Let me see. What was October movie releases? Let me see. Well, I want to say like 1990 was a really rough year, though, actually, considering the fact, too, with like, um, with the fact as well, too, with the Muppets as well, because then you also had like Muppets from Space also came out like months prior, also, which that also was like, I think that became like which became like a failure too, also in the box office, which literally sucks too. So that was a bit rough. So to say to say Muppets from Space and Alma and Grassland both became like both offices flop, and both in 1999 respectfully, um says a lot. And like, and seeing like how well enough the production was in both of those movies just shows like, dang, you can tell where the company was like, it was heading, it was like sort of heading, and then when it's not heading. So like, I think like the late 90s, it was like it was a weirdest time for it, and I get it where they were going at. It was like they were trying to find their fitting and stuff, and it was like it was kind of bad. So again, they're both timeless classics, but it was shit. They're both timeless classics, but it was just more like it's more like you know, with all the other releases that was happening at the time, you know. Would you say the Muppets were struggling to find their footing after Jim Henson's death? Yes, the Muppets were very struggling to find their footing after Jim Henson's death. It is absolutely true. There we go. That's not the screen. It's absolutely true. The Muppets were struggling a lot, even after the Disney acquisition fell off, or the Disney thing fell off around December of that year in 1990. They were finding ways to like, they were finding ways to do, and the story goes they were finding different companies to like sell the Muppets to. They did Nickelodeon. They did Nickelodeon at one point. Nickelodeon broadcasted the Muppet Show, Muppet Babies, um, the Webulous World of Dr. Seuss on Nick Jr. The season 2 actually. The first season was on Nickelodeon. Noggin did Sesame Street for some time. Then they went to the EMTV. Then they went to the Odyssey channel. So yeah, like it was a really, really rough time for it. I mean, hell, we had a lot of good movies during the 90s. Like you can say, arguably, you could say Muppet Christmas Carol, Muppet Treasure Island, timeless classics that was out. But it was just literally after when Jim died, that was where nobody kind of knew what was next for the Muppets. So it was a hard decision. What was next for the Muppets was everyone was going to do. Sesame Street was still going on, right? Sesame Street was still going on, still going strong. They were still doing their own thing, but it was mainly Kermit and the Gang. Like, what was next for them? What is next for those types of characters? Because that was the main issue. What was going on with the Muppet Show characters? And literally after Jim died, that was the biggest question. What was after? Like, what was next? I mean, yes, again, you could say Muppet Christmas Carol was good. Muppet Treasure Island was great. You can debate on Muppets Tonight if that was your taste. But yeah, man, it was a very, very, very rough time for the Henson family at that point. And seeing where it was before and seeing where they're at now, it really shows a lot of how much has happened. And like I said, they went to so many different dealers like Nickelodeon, Nick Jr., Noggin, Odyssey Channel, which was they did one in Australia. Then the EMTV went bankrupt. Then the Sesame Street characters went over to the Children's Television Workshop, which is now the Sesame Street Workshop. Then the Muppets went back to the Henson family. Then the Henson family went to so the Muppet characters to Disney, and then now the history's there. So yeah, then so it was a very, very rough time, man. It was a very rough time. They were trying to find everything for it. It was a very rough time, and now it's still rough too with the Muppets today, because a lot of people say it's very hard to be a Muppet fan nowadays, like in 2025, because with Disney with the Muppets, like it's very hard to say it's very hard to be a Muppet fan with that, because like how Disney is treating the Muppets and where's that's going too. But all good and all bad, but I am having hope. Are they still struggling nowadays in the Disney era? Yes, they're still struggling. I think the only issue right now with Disney and is with the Muppets, and I'm not going to address I'm not going to say that there's no secret to this. There's no secret to this whatsoever. And it's obvious. It's so obvious. Like, a long-term Muppet fan can or a die-hard Muppet fan can notice from a distance that what's wrong with the Disney Muppets. And there's a difference between the Jim Henson Muppets and the Disney Muppets, is that with the Jim Henson Muppets is when you watch like the Muppet Show, or like you watch the early Muppet shows and all the other Muppet movies and stuff, they have a soul. They have a soul. They have soul. They real characters. As with the Disney Muppets, it's like it's soul, but they're not really there. Now, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of good things with the Disney Muppets era that we have seen or are currently seeing today. Actually, don't get me wrong. Again, the newest thing that's actually coming out as of next year right now is the Rock and Roller Coaster that's coming out next year in the Hollywood studios that everybody is excited about. Everybody is probably still talking about, not really talking too much about as of right now. I know a lot of people are talking about the little rumors about the reboot of the Muppet Show. I know Disney has been really quiet about it, and that's kind of still going up in the air. And I know Disney, they've been busy with a lot of other things right now, and I know the Muppet Workshop, the Muppet Studios, I mean, they have not really been talking about it as of right now. I know months back they defunct that rumor, saying that that is not true. There's no plans to reboot the Muppet Show, and they're still doing the 70th anniversary for the Muppets. And of course, we got the Broadway show that's supposed to be coming out too. So which is another thing as well. But going back to the soul part, that's another thing with the Disney Muppets, is like there's no soul to it. It's the fact that, you know, and I see Frank Oz's. I'm gonna take your comment off for 1 second. I see Frank's Oz point when it comes to the Muppets, is that when he was working with the Muppets, and you know, when Jim was still around, Jim, Richard, Steve, Jerry, and Dave, you know, as people call them, they call them the true horsemen, or the horsemen for the Muppet Show. Those were the guys that carried on the legacy for the Muppets. I mean, nowadays Jim's gone, Richard's gone, Jerry's gone. The only three left, or at least, yeah, the only three left are Steve, Dave, and Frank. Now, Frank retired back in 2001. He left because he became a producer in the late 90s. He was still doing roles here and there with the Muppets, with the Muppet Show character Muppets, but he was still with Sesame Street for quite some time. He was in Alma and Grouchland, by the way. He was doing his characters in Alma and Grouchland for quite some time, but he was up until like 2012, 2013 was his last role in Sesame Street. He has not been with Disney ever since he left, because Disney does not want him anymore. Sesame Street has not called him ever since after 2012, 2013-ish. And Steve got fired. Steve got fired because of Steve's actions and notes and all this other controversy stuff that happened. And Dave is still there. Dave is the only last known performer that's still there. And Dave's probably gonna be there until Dave officially hit retirement. I ain't gonna say till Dave dies. I ain't gonna say that. Until Dave officially hit retirement. And I want to see Dave hit retirement anytime soon. And I hate to see Dave, like, unfortunately pass away. If Dave passed away, that's gonna hit me the most, because like Dave is Gonzo. Like, Dave been performing Gonzo since the Muppet Show, and that he's been Gonzo ever since. And to say that at the age of what Dave is at now, and he's still doing Gonzo, that character, still doing Gonzo's voice, is, again, that shows how much dedication that he's doing or does. And he did work for Disney too. Another thing too as well, he does work for Disney as Figman also, but along with other characters too for Disney, like Zeus from Bus and Honeydew, you know, those obvious characters. But my thing is that I get it. I really get it. It's the writing of the Muppets, how you're supposed to write the Muppets, how you're supposed to write them as. And it's like it's the way that Disney writes them, or at least coming from Frank's point of view, he said that Disney writes them as cute, as in cute, cuddly characters, which some of the characters are indeed like cute, but the Muppets are like violent type characters. They're supposed to say screw Disney and this and that and become violent and everything. Yes, the Muppets are supposed to have some heartfelt moments like here and there, which again, as reading your comments, is true. Disney Muppets do feel like more of a corporation, and that's understandable as well. And again, I mean, you do have some great writers too that can really absolutely write. I mean, what's his name? Bill Beretta, who is Rock the Dog, Dr. Teep, Bobo. he is the executive producer. He is one of the executive producer in almost every of the projects. So he's like, I want to say he's part of all the stuff. I'm not 100% sure, but he might have some few words or few notes here and there. I don't know about everything Bill does, but at the same time, I really feel like if you only have one performer in, and again, I don't know for sure. I really can't answer it because I can't speak on every performer, how each writer writes each character, right? And I mean that's really up to you to like judge on like how a character gets written if you ever watch like a character performance. Um maybe they do speak to the performance, be like, hey, so how would this character say this? How would this character say that? Or maybe just Franco reacting or something. I don't know. I mean, I get it. At the same time, you have two people who don't work anymore with the company, but still want to protect your friend or your mentor legacy. Um, you know, and speaking up about it. I mean, I know Frank kind of been like a bit quiet about it a lot, but it's just a thing. It's like he claims that, and I go off with that too. It's like it's a fact. Like the soul is there. Disney is trying. That's all I can say. Disney is trying their best with the Muppets. They're not. They're not forgetting the fact like they don't exist. Me as true, Bob Wagner do not give a damn about the damn Muppets. I mean, we can already say that for a fact, all right? But we already know that the writers, they already know that the writers, they can make any funny stuff. They can make a freaking joke. They can have Kermit freaking make an uncomfortable pig joke to Miss Piggy, and Miss Piggy can karate chop the Kermit and anything, that type of Muppet violence, Muppet humor. It can happen. That's what the Muppets are. And it can happen. Like they can do it. They can really do it. But it's just part of it is like the timing of it, how they can write it, and how can it be seen. One example, actually, what I like though, really, really like, is how in writing form, one interests me in a way is for those that actually have seen the series or not, is the Mayhem series, the Muppet Mayhem. I really love how the writing for each character in each episode speaks to each other. It goes to show you that it really goes to show you like, okay, this is what the Mayhem is outside from the Muppet Show. This is what the band does outside from the everyday house performance stuff. We get the backstage lore between Flora and Dr. T. We understand how they meet up. We get that Dr. T was actually in a relationship, which is a funny thing actually too about that, because like we found also too, like in the 2015 series, that Dr. T was in a relationship with Janet at one point. And even though it's an actual lore thing too, ironically lore thing ever since the Muppet Show, that Janet and Floyd was in a relationship beforehand, and then Zoot and Janet was in a relationship too. So she's a groupie. So and then we found out like Zoot is like this old dude. He just there just to be there. Animal is just Animal. Lift gets character development, and I love that so much out of him, because like Lift is like this one character you'll never like get to see. And if you ever watch like the Muppet Show season 4, by the way, or season 5, like he's like an on and off character, and like he's here and there. Like you won't see him in the Muppet movie, but you'll see him in the Great Muppet Caper. But he's like a here and there type of character. And now that he's in like the Muppet Mayhem, like, okay, now he's getting like this character development. Like, okay, I love this out of him. Then we get to see Baby Animal. We understand how Floyd and Animal got together. Then we got to see more of the mayhem. Like one thing I didn't like though about it actually, and this is with Janet actually. When I was watching the Muppets Take Manhattan, I love how with Richard's persona with Janet, because Richard was a gay performer, so he was an openly gay performer, and he would like make Janet like this openly gay like character to, like, she would say the most randomest things ever. Like for instance, there's this scene in the Great Muppet Caper when they're like trying to talk about how to like get Piggy out of jail, and when Fozzie was like trying to get everyone like this, like be quiet, Janet would like say something out of randomness. She's like, "Look, mother, it's my life, okay?" So they want to walk around the beast naked, and it was like that was like perfect. And there was like another scene that she said, I forgot what it was. I think it was like posing her body or something. Um, it was in Muppet Take Manhattan, and that's one thing I miss very much. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love David Rubman version of Janet. Like she's more like this positivity type person and stuff, but it's just more like, okay, this takes away the gayness out of it, even though like I mean, I get it. I get it. You don't want that tarnishing, and it's gonna ruin your image. It's gonna ruin Disney's image. My bad. It's gonna ruin Disney's image of it. But that's one thing that I missed from it. It's like, even though you have like an openly gay performer, and then that's just Richard expressing himself as his character. So that's just one thing I just missed from Jen, is like how like Richard was just himself performing Janet, and this man was just openly gay, and just he was just free from it. And Jen was like, be yourself, man. Like that just astonished me a bit. But I love the direction that Janet has actually did too in this movie. I mean, the not movie, in the series as well, which is also great. Also great too. That's one thing I love about the character developments. They all did great well together in the whole series. So that's really great writing, and that's how much creativity they put into. So I'm really excited to see where the Rock and Roller Coaster takes place and what it does too. And again, maybe this can lead up to like future productions, future productions to like future things. I know it's like timing too as well. And I know Disney, again, they're trying their best at the same time, but anything is possible at the table at this point. I don't think we need another movie. I don't think we need another special. Another series can really, really work, but I mean, another special could work, but a Muppet Show reboot we do not need, honestly. I don't think it'll work. I feel like it'll get canned really, really fast. But I just, especially like with the group, the Haunted Mansion did really good, and Mayhem doing good too. Despite the fact that like he got canceled after one season. I feel like we're gonna have something good in the outcome later on down the line for like the Muppets. I feel like if Disney, go back again to the drawing boards once again for some other future planning, we'll have something good. And I feel like the Rock and Roller Coaster need to do something good. And even though we may not see Muppet Vision 3D again in the near future, I'm just, what, I'll be fine with that. If we don't have Muppet Vision 3D back again, I'm okay with that. I am fine with that. I'm gonna say it like this: if we don't see Muppet Vision 3D ever again, I'll be okay. All right, I'll be satisfied. Any updates on Metropolis? Not that I know of. So not that I know of as right now, but no. But if I don't hear it, you don't see Muppet Vision 3D. Any updates in the future? Even after the villains lands come back up, then I'm not completely fine with that. I know it's gonna hurt a lot of Muppet fans, but I'll be all right with that, man. So, all right. Okay. All right, y'all. So it seemed that Emo had dropped it. The Constitutes Out of Context Part 4. This is the longest part ever. This one is 30 minutes and 51 seconds. And Jesus Christ, this is a long one. So let's watch it actually. I told myself when we get on stream, we'll watch it. So let me pull it up real quick. I think this is like a full one of like the school bits and everything else. Yeah, it is that long. I had to skim through some of this stuff. I don't know how many we're gonna do, but here we go. Part 4. How many moments have you made it for it to be that long? I don't know. I thought this one was gonna have like the call with Taylor, but this is the only part that had like the little bit with Taylor in it. So I think the rest of it had like the school parts and everything else. And I thought it had some other stuff, but oh well, I'll let you watch it yourself. So okay, part 4, longest part. Let's do it.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Please forgive me, sir. Please forgive me. Please beg my forgiveness. Please forgive me, sir. You know I'm trying to change my ways, sir. Sir, please forgive me, sir. Please, please, please. Please forgive me. I'm so sorry, sir. I brought in the motion game. I'm so sorry, sir. I didn't mean to do it. It's just a one-time pass, sir. I didn't mean to, sir. I know. I know. Please forgive me, sir. Please, please, just forgive me. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I'll make sure that I will never bring back that thing. Oh, come on, boys and girls. Come on, boys and girls. Let's go to the wall. Let's go to the wall. Let's go meet the wall. Our lovely friend, the wall. There's the wall. And say hello to Cocoa Butter. Wait, there's it right. Yeah, anyway. Cocoa Butter. It's Cocoa Vaseline Custard Cheese Lotion. Okay, this is the homework, and just look, man, look, I can write a good paragraph essay. I'm writing a damn novel here. But guess what, ladies and gentlemen? You also, you guys are also getting homework as well, and a pop quiz too. Actually, a nice little homework and a pop quiz. So here's your lovely assignment homework, and it's not 5 pages, by the way, obviously. Your assignment, don't you mistrust me? Yeah. Y'all seen that? Y'all seen that, right? Bro, the heads just turned, bro. The heads just turned, bro. I know y'all heard that. Don't sound. Whoa, look at that beard. He looks just like Billy Bob. Yes, but I don't think we were supposed to say that. Sorry, kid. Bro, what? What was that? What the? What was that? Hello? Anyone here? Hi. Is that Foxy? Foxy! Jasper, please open the door. What's the noise? What's that noise? Oh my god, you're almost here. Oh god. Oh my god! Close the door, Jasper! Okay. Hold on. 4 a.m. The power's going down. Oh my god.
4 a.m. Come on. Where's that music coming from? Hello? Dump to you too. Where are you coming from? Where are you? Jasper, what are you doing? We're at 15%. It's 4 a.m. Jasper, don't do this. Chucky, we're gonna die on the first night. That's crazy. Sorry.
So, your assignment, ladies and gentlemen, is whenever the 2.0 video drops, I want a 100 plus 100-page essay, 100-page essay of what's your thoughts about 2.0, explaining me a full summary story about everything you learned about 2.0, what valid points that you have learned from it. I want a 100-page beautiful essay of what you learned from 2.0 and all the amazing histories. I already typed it up, sir. Dookie. That paper was shit. Can you use Chat GPT? No, you guys cannot use Chat GPT. I already know y'all tricks, obviously. Yes, 100 page. Yes. I want a beautiful essay, 100-page essay of what your guys' thoughts of the 2.0 video when it drops and what you have learned from it. In the corner to Cheddar, guys, no, you cannot have a partner. This is a single project. Last time I checked, Yuki, you cheated off of Deshaun paper, and Deshaun talked about he cheated off of your paper. I don't know how the y'all two cheated off of each other's papers. It was ridiculous to me. Sorry. So, wait, is this a lunch period we can get cheating during lunch? Yes, of course, Tyler. Just as long as you give me free cheesy bread. Oh, another thing too, ladies and gentlemen, we will be not sharing answers as well. So, as much as Tyler will give you the free cheesy bread, you and Tyler will also get enough for your cheatingness. Wow, that's crazy. And no, Deshaun, you'll not be partnering with Dookie. You guys cheated off again. Okay, I seen your guys' papers. Be like Cheddar. Cheddar is an excellent student. Cheddar makes A++. You said it would give me cheesy bread and you let me cheat. I mean, it's like saying I can go off for the interview and that's not right. I'm sorry, Tyler. Look, if I have to sign a contract saying that I cannot bring a bib or Bella to the interview, then sir, I cannot let you cheat. Contract is contract. Do I just do this on my own since I watched the topic about a dozen times at this point? Yes, Cheddar, you are an excellent student, so you will do this on your own. See? Be like Cheddar, ladies and gentlemen. This man actually studies for everything. He makes sure that he views all the valid points. So, yeah, be like Cheddar. Cheddar's going to get an A+, because he's awesome. Everyone else, yes, I like a 100-page beautiful style essay of what's your thoughts about 2.0, the history behind it, and all this other stuff too. It's the teacher's fault. Yeah, you're right. And also, you guys will have a pop quiz as well too, so it'll be multiple choice. Make sure you grab your number 2 pencils, and the test will start, and at least everything else will start when the video drops. So make sure you have your notes. Make sure you hit your books. Make sure you do everything, because I will be grading all of your papers. And hopefully all you can pass. What day is this? I don't know yet, sir. I generally do not know what day is this. The day, I don't know yet. I do not know. Actually, matter of fact, better yet, How about this? How about this? Since everybody's in a good mood today, actually, since everybody's in a really good mood today, I want better yet, I want a 100-page essay of every topic on Chucky's Talk Show. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I want a 100-page essay of every topic on Chucky's Talk Show from beginning to end. What was your favorite topic? What do you learn from each topic? And also a nice, lovely essay of how I'm the greatest YouTuber of all time. That's my ego talking. Anyway, but sir,
don't you pester me. I am not going to have this anymore. No.
Sorry. I'm just. Sorry there, pizza dog. I just lost my control there. Yes, I was a teacher. 100 page, yes. 100 words, no. 100 pages, sir. Don't get them confused. Presentation about the history of the Lotion Gate. Dookie, for the last time I said that you was gonna do a presentation on Lotion Gate, I was gonna send you to the principal's office, and I can't do that again because the principal said that he hates seeing you in that goddamn office. So I am not gonna let you come into my classroom and talk about Lotion Gate. That is off of school property, sir. Yes, I'm bringing it to Principal Dalton. Sorry.
Oh no. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. What the? Oh no. Bro, what are you doing? What the? Oh my god. Oh no. Uh-oh. Oh no. What's going on? What happened? Ah! Oh no. Hi, Freddy. Oh no. No. Sucker kill. Oh no. Jasper, you should have saved the bet. Where did he went? Oh no! Where? What the? Oh. Someone's in the kitchen. Munch! Munch, you in the kitchen? Munch in the kitchen. Ah! Oh my god, no.
Take the hold of your soul.
I would say Tyler, but he's one of our students in here. Fine, I get this one session though. Can we do something fun? Sure, of course. You know what's really fun? More homework. Oh, and also Tyler, look, I was gonna say you could cheat off the day, but I'm sorry. I gotta let that a session. Can we do cool math? I heard that was banned. Shit. No homework. Yes, you gotta do more homework. So, whether this video is a 2 to 3 hour, I actually want a good nice, lovely. Down this path. Oh, wait, well, shit, somebody didn't spelled. Wow, I hate this class. Okay, you know what, ladies and gentlemen? I'll make this more better. I'll make this more better. If it's the attitude, I thought Taylor was the principal. Oh, Jesus Christ. That's so weird. Okay, y'all. Okay. Let's do something better. You know what? Since everyone in here has been really, really good, and we don't want Mrs. Production in here, you know. What principal is she? I mean, if we talking about, are we talking about Principal Taylor, Principal Dalton? Who are we talking about here? Is he gonna bring it up? Taylor would not be the first one. She will go on good. Right? Like, give him a chance to redeem his stuff. You know what? No, class, you're not going to the playground. You're not going to the playground, obviously. You know what? Since you've all been bad, damn it. I want a 20,000 page essay. Yes, a 20,000 page essay with a lovely, lovely, exciting letter about how much you love me. It can be really, really good. And then if you know Dookie, Deshaun, and Tyler, you're not getting extra recess again. You guys were making bad choices. No. Here we go. Right there we go. Mister, if I would drop out of this class. Okay, please dog, if you like to drop out of this class, I mean, look, my friend, I am not stopping you. I'm just saying that you are missing a real education in here, sir. You are missing the great education that of your lifetime.
Michael, you're not going to the playground. Stop saying you're going to the playground. Michael, just your ass in the seat now.
Sorry, and I just sorry, it's something, all right, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, there's no funny here. There's not. You know what? Everybody shut the fuck up. Everybody shut up. You know what? So everybody in here wants to chit chat and talk and dish out and drop out and be all this other stuff. We'll make this so better. We'll make this really better. Everybody gets homework. Everybody gets homework tonight. Your homework is give me. No, you're not getting lunch. You're not. No, there's no lunch. There's no recess. There's nothing. Like you're not gonna go there and talk to your friends or your girlfriends or your boyfriends or your I don't care lunch in 30 minutes. You're staying in this goddamn classroom for everything else. Boy, do not come over here and talk about you're gonna protest. You not, Deshaun, don't do this to me. I will get you, son. You do not want my belt. You do not want my belt. Okay? You don't want the belt. You don't want the belt. Everybody, shut up. Shut up before I get my belt on you guys. All right? You don't want the belt. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Let's try this one more time, ladies and gentlemen. Let's try this one more time. I'm so tired of talking to you damn kids. I want a nice, lovely. I'll make this easier for you guys. I'll make this easier. I'll make this easier for you guys. Okay, everybody listen. Look, in my classroom, we get the belt. Everybody listen. We'll make this easier. Make this easier on everyone. So everybody's cool. Everybody's understanding on this. Give me a one-page essay. Hey. Oh, hell no, man. I'm pointing fingers at the boss. Here we go again. All right, okay. Everybody stop it. Hey, y'all chill out. You see this? Calm it down, ladies and gentlemen. Calm it down. See this belt? See what I'm gonna do with it? I'm gonna grab one of you little mother suckers. You're gonna come up in front of this class. You're gonna get whipped. Now I am trying to make this easy on everybody in this goddamn classroom. Now everybody be quiet. Everybody be quiet. Before I come over there and I'll grab you from your seat and I'll whip you. Oh, hey, don't worry. Don't tell your parents about what's going on. You can talk to them all you want. Just know, I got approval. So, all right, everybody shut up and listen. Michael, this is your last warning, son. This is your last warning. Piece of dog, this is your last warning, too. Michael, listen to me, Michael. This is your last warning, son. You don't want these problems, son. Y'all be quiet. I don't give a care. Call the principal. Bring him, bring her, bring whatever. Bring the principal in here. I don't care. Hey, turn off that phone, son. Turn off that phone. I don't care. All right, y'all be quiet. Mr. Constant Cheese is talking to you guys. All right. So, now that we got that out the way, teacher, damn it. All right, let's get back to the lesson here, ladies and gentlemen. So, since you boys and girls have been really, really good, obviously, And Peace Dog, make sure your mother. Oh, Principal Dalton! What a pleasant surprise! Yes, we are. Right, class. Okay. Besides this, so Principal Dalton, listen, Michael. I don't know what's wrong with this boy. I telling him, Michael, lunch is in 30 minutes. Okay, everybody. Talk about the. What are they talking about? Everybody say hi, Principal Dalton. Okay, Principal Dalton, what a pleasant to see you. Okay, I'm so glad you're here today. Deshaun, please don't ask questions while the principal is here. That is very rude, son. Piece of dog, please don't correct me. Principal, class, please, everybody be quiet, class. Principal Dalton is in the room. Yes, Principal Dalton, that is what we're talking about. We are talking about how Chuck E. Cheese needs to go back to their roots. So, class, what we are going to do now, we are actually going to write and do a presentation. Yay! So, we are going to have a presentation about how Chuck E. Cheese should go back on their roots. And unfortunately, we will not have partners for this. Boo! So, everybody, make sure you find the right presentation of finding a way for Chuck E. Cheese can be successful. Now, you know. But yeah, by the way, Principal Dalton, this Michael person. Oh, it was just one incident. See, Principal Dalton, this Mr. Tyler, yes, Mr. Tyler, he keeps saying that I don't have a belt, Principal Dalton. These kids are saying anything at this point. In Cocoa Lotion, do you see what they're doing? They're just kidding. These kids are kidding. They know when they come to Mr. Constantine's class, it's a lot of fun. But oh, look at the time. Kids, it is time to put up some stuff and take a break because it's time for lunch. So, everybody, make sure you get down to your lunch lines. If there ever been smoking, well, we don't talk about that, Peace Dog. But anyway, so kids, make sure you go for lunch. And if you ever see a goddamn tiger with an egg salad, don't sit next to him. Anyway, they really are. don't worry, Principal Dalton. I have a very special idea for that. Listen here, y'all little bastards. It's time to get the goddamn bell. I've told you a million times before, when Principal Dalton is in here, do not get rowdy. So you stop doing this to me. Stop embarrassing me. I will whip every one of you kids in this goddamn classroom. Oh shit, is he still in here? I hope the principal did not see that sort of action, ladies and gentlemen. You are so right. You gotta go to the party. Dookie, get your ass back in here. Get your ass back in here. Get your ass down, boy. Sorry, I had to abuse these kids sometimes.
Everybody get ready for the streams.
wonder how much calories was that killing.
Jesus Christ, I'm about to question everything we just watched for the past 30 minutes. Over here, emo here talking about part 5 is not going to be long, like an hour or 40 minutes, I hope. And also here, emo said that she said, I might hit that button. She said that I'll do out of context forever because cheese disappears. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Well, okay. Keep them coming, I guess. I don't know if I just do these on purpose or what, but the way you keep doing them, it's just like, hey, keep them coming. One day I'll just do a collaboration out of them. But then again, I haven't seen that 2.0 topic like a zillion times, so I'll probably ace that. Not to brag or anything. True. Of course you are, dude. Of course you are. You're honest. The best at it. Your Steam muscle person. It does. Oh, man. It really does. Somebody give emo a shout out. She needs more attention. Indeed, she does. She really does. God, I don't know what else we should watch. I was gonna say let's finish up watching the album rant, but man, we just watched like 30 minutes of that whole video, and now emo, congrats to you. Congrats to you, emo. I don't think we should finishing out watching the rest of that album rant that we watched previous last Saturday night. So thanks to your 30-minute out of context video, we're not gonna watch it. So that's amazing. And I love how most of the 30 minutes, most of those clips was just the school shenanigans shit that we were just fucking on the other night. And I was just like, wow. I was like, wow, that was a quick hiatus real fast. That was really good. But though, before we do end it off, actually, I do want to take a notice on something. Actually, I do want to point out that I seen earlier today. Well, notice earlier today. Not notice earlier today, but it's going back to the blog.
Carla and Charles.
Who's the coworker?
Yeah, coworker.
Right here. They're right
over
here.
to Marrero, and right
Like
in
how
front of
you
it is
okay. So like I said, I didn't go to the stream. I didn't went to the premiere, but I noticed how some noticed this, and I'm gonna do a follow up actually on Marrero whenever I go back to Metairie again. So whenever I take a trip to Metairie again, whether it's like to Chuck E. Cheese or to Macy's, whenever I go to the Toys R Us, I'm gonna make a trip to Marrero again. But I want to make a quick note on something actually that I'm glad you guys took notice of actually. So right here, you see that little wood panel right there? Do a little quick close up.
very interesting, and actually a key element that you can actually tell there used to be a Peace Sign Theater is right here. This used to be the old Peace Sign Theater walls. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this was actually during the time, and I think the door would have been right here also, if I'm not mistaken, too.
Okay, so I was right. The door would have been right there. I was right. I think I was right on one thing. The door is right there. But I was wrong on another thing when I was filming. I was wrong on one thing when I was filming. The posters are not by the wood paneling. Those are wood paneling. Those are actually Peace Sign Theater wood panelings. But the character posters are not by the wood panelings, actually, believe it or not.
That you can actually see.
So right where this little spot is over here, this is where the character posters would be at, right in this. Oh shit. So right in this spot where the posters would be at. I found that out when I was watching back the Showbiz video. The windows look like they could have been installed right after the P-Sun Theater closed while the paneling seemed older. Yes, the actually from what I investigated, actually, and so we're gonna do a little investigation together. Actually, let's hold that thought. So we're gonna do something together. So I wish I went back and did this, but I didn't have much time to do all this shit for this video, honestly, man. So going to the video again, the JJ video. God.
So something that I have seen shared around a lot more recently.
Right here.
We see a resemblance to an old.
Okay, so this is what the
theater.
building. Shut up. This is what the building looks like, right? So this is what the building looks like. I'm gonna read the chat on my phone. Because I'm not about to switch over tabs and stuff. Let me switch over to my phone real fast. Okay, there we go. What I figured now, appearing boxes would have been the old wood paneling. No. Close. I'm gonna show you. So this is what it looks like now. So this looked like before. Beforehand, this is what the boxes looked like, right? Okay. So this is what the old one looks like right after, years later. Beforehand, before we did the filming and everything, right? This is before the meat market came apart.
Exterior. Even today, after the place is long gone.
Okay. So which is true. Which is also true. The wood paneling, which you're right about this, Cheddar. The wood paneling, which you're right, but at the same time, I was wrong when I filmed that part, because when I filmed it, and if I'm not mistaken, I want to say, and I could be wrong at the same time, that first wood paneling. Let me pull the screen up. Actually, let me take my screen off and let me pull this. Okay, so this first wood paneling right here, the first one, right before the character, like the cutout and everything, and I think that's the door right there. I want to say that's probably the door right there. I want to say that's probably the door right there. I am 100% that is probably the door right there, where the tree is, where they got the cardboard and stuff. That is probably the door. I think, and I could be sure, but I think that's the door. But anyway, where was that with the wood paneling? That's still like the P-Sun Theater wood paneling. And I thought when I filmed it, right? When I filmed the video during that time, because when y'all seen it, I thought the door was been another entrance. Maybe it was somewhere else in the plaza area. Maybe that was the case. Again, I don't know, because like we don't really have like photos and all the other stuff. We don't have like a lot of photos back in the days, evidence enough. So maybe in case that's probably the wood. I mean, that's probably the door right there. Maybe that is the case. From the looks of it, that could be the door, and that could be the now appearing stuff right there. That could be it. That could be it. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know for sure. I'm not gonna say yes. I'm not gonna say no. But going back to the video,
It was at Applebee's, right?
I do not want to see her face. But going back to wait, no, that's a video. All right, so going back to Marrero, this is what we came up with. As of now, as of 2025 of recording this video, it is supposedly, possibly, or still abandoned, because as we can see right here,
it is actually a meat market that it says coming soon. As you can see here, all the doors are a bit boarded up. There's a bit of little bit of light of air. Some parts have been unboarded,
So
especially right here. As you can
if
see,
I
the
had to
windows.
guess, if I had to guess, if I really had to guess, those first two panels, not panels, the wood panelings right there, the first and the second one, that third paneling right there. And like I said, when I go back and like make an update, you know, like I said, when I go back and make an update video, whenever I like I do a follow up, whatever, when I go back to like whether it's Chuck E. Cheese or Macy's, I want to say that third one, that third wooden one, which is hard. Let's see if I can try to do a little closer up. Maybe I did. I don't know. If not, then maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. Let me see if I did. No, I don't think I did. But I want to say this. I think it's close enough we can get to.
I think the door would have been right here.
Okay, I predicted that the door would be right here, but the door is not right here. I thought about it, but it wasn't right here.
If I'm not mistaken, too, that you can actually.
But it would have been right.
See some of the old remnants of the Peace Sign Theater, which when the store used to open, they will.
The wood will be right here, so it'll be on the other side. So whenever I do go back to Marrero, it'll be on the other side. So that's what I want to just come up and actually notice it about. But you know, whenever I do go back, because the place is still abandoned for quite some time. Again, it's like in this abandoned meat market. So whatever happens to it, I guess happens. Again, as we saw the little permit thing. Let me go back to the permit thing here. That's another thing. It's like I only filmed this by myself. Like they did not want to get out the car at all. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna get out this car by myself. I'm gonna go film this by myself. They're in the car. They tired and everything. It's like fuck it, bro. Like I over here. I drove the whole place over here, and then I'm doing this by myself. Like I came over here just to do this. So as you see here, it says here that it's been since like February 23rd, 2024, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, I did this by myself. Like I think I said this in the video. So yeah, wait, hold on.
Light of air. Some parts have been unboarded, especially right here. As mentioned, that this used to be a Peace of Time Theater.
Hold on. It was also aware of becoming a meat market as of late 2024. Now it's time to take a look at what the plaza looked like today as of 2025.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have finally made it over to Marrero, and right up front of it is the old abandoned Peace of Time Theater here in Marrero, Louisiana. As mentioned, that this used to be a Peace of Time Theater back in 1982. However, the store did unfortunately close during the bankruptcy. This place was turned, however, to a JJ's Pizza Parlor. As of now, as of 2025 of recording this video, it is supposedly, possibly, or still abandoned, because as we can see right here, it is actually a meat market that it says coming soon. As you can see here, all the doors are a bit boarded up. There's a bit of little bit of light of air. Some parts have been unboarded, especially right here. As you can see, the windows actually has been a bit open.
So yeah, I want to say where the wood paneling is, the Peace Sign Theater wood paneling, that's where the Peace Sign Theater is. That's where the Peace Sign Theater was. So if I ever go back, that's where it was. That's where it was. Then whenever I go back and film again, maybe I will not go and film back with them too. I'm gonna do this by myself. That's where it was.
So we're about to go check and see what's going on. The other two, they are in the car right now. But
yeah, okay. So story behind that. They decided to stay in the car. We're trying to figure out the thing with selfie stick and stuff, and it was getting all frustrated and everything. I was like, all right, whatever. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go film this and everything, because we were like we had to get to New Orleans at like a certain time. We was like running off of the time schedule and everything, right? You know, we got to do this all in one day, and then it was supposed to like rain and stuff too. And then the rain was like gonna come, and I was like, all right, forget it. If you're not gonna come out and film this with me, then I'm gonna just film this by myself, because this is kind of like part of the blog that I really needed, and this is something that I wanted to get. Honestly, like anything else was just whatever, you know. This is just for funsies and stuff, but this is kind of like an iconic moment that I needed for my video. So, you know, let me just have my own moment. You're just tagging along with me now. So that's what it was. It's like everything else, let me just have this moment. Let me sink this in. Let me take these pictures, post it, and here we are. So that's what happens. They didn't want to get out the car. They want to stay in the car or whatever. And it's like, cool, you guys stay in the car. Let me film this little moment, and then after that, we'll go to New Orleans, and boom. So I want to say right there. So whenever I do go back to New Orleans, not to New Orleans, to Marrero again, I will film that spot again and correct myself again and stuff, and say that, hey, this was the spot for it, and there was paneling and stuff and all for it. But I just want to come on here and actually address that, because I just noticed it, like when you guys were watching it, it was you, Cheddar, and someone else that said that in the chat, like the wood paneling. So I thought that was pretty cool, like seeing the wood paneling for the first time, and for the first time, because I never thought that I would see like OP Sign Theater remnants of wood paneling, actually, but that was pretty damn cool. Hopefully Slidell is going to be an interesting trip. I'm still planning out the ideas for Slidell, how that's going to work. Yeah, I watched it and saw the chat playback. Yeah, I was reading the playbacks in the chat for a little bit. Then I think that was the only I saw. Other than that, I didn't watch the rest of the blog. I was like, I ain't watching the rest of this shit. That's all I watched the Marrero part. That was really it. Only that I haven't watched Marrero. I was like, oh, fuck this shit. I ain't watching the rest of this fucking blog. I can, whatever y'all say in the chat, y'all say in the rest of the chat. I don't really care, honestly. Other than that, I edited the rest. Like the rest, I just went ahead and edited the rest onward, honestly. But my next plan in the blog, though, whenever I do get the selfie sticks and the mics, for sure, I'm planning on doing a video. What I'm planning on doing is, well, I'm gonna tell y'all this anyway. What I'm planning on doing is that I'm gonna plan on visiting two locations. One will be Houma, and the other one will be Metairie. So what I'm gonna do is that, of course, I'm gonna update you guys going to Houma. I'm gonna go to Houma, film over there for one day. I'm gonna take one Thursday out to go film at Houma and like film over there and everything, film there. You know, update over there, check everything out, you know, update you guys on the stuff that's been happening, the updates and whatnot. And for Metairie, it's going to be like filming, like not filming one day, but two videos going to be filming 2 different days. And for Metairie, it's going to be filming a different day, but it's all going to be like in one video. You know what I mean? Instead of like wasting gas and everything, I'm going to film 2 videos in 2 different days, basically saying like, well, actually, you know what? I'll see what I can do. When we will finish the viewing of the album rant, if you want, we can do it right now if you want to. Really up to you guys. Do you guys want to? You guys want to finish that right now? Really, it's up to you guys. Because we just have the Happy Holidays album. And, or you guys want to do that next Saturday night? I wasn't really planning on staying up here too long, but whatever works for you guys. How many minutes left? If we're not going to count the promo, because I do got to skip that Sparky. No, I got to skip that. I got to skip the Rascal thing. I don't know how many minutes left. On the next stream, all right, because. Unless you don't want to wait to the next stream. Yeah, we can wait to the next one to finish it. Because it also reminds me, too, that we also got to watch as well. On the next stream, at least, too. we also gotta watch the arrest of the Chucky thing as well. I wasn't really planning on staying out too late though, because I do got work in the morning, and then I also keep telling myself now to not stay up too late, because don't stay up too late too many times. So I'm staying minimum on my live streams and trying to do better much on my sleep schedule. And then, like I told you guys earlier, my body was not feeling too well and stuff, and I got clothes in the dryer, and then also want to eat too. But I am gonna end it here. So hopefully next Saturday night, if I do go live Saturday, we'll probably film that up. Drake was crazy. Even Daily Dose of Internet picked it up. I know, I seen it, bruh. Even I seen it. I know. I seen the video. Yeah, even the mom was talking about the kids were singing about it. Yeah, I know. I seen it, man. I definitely want to go on the next stream. I definitely want to talk about it. I want to put my my own 2 cents about it and everything. Talk about it. Talk about the incident and stuff. And talk about the whole situation. When I watched the video, literally the moment you said it, it dropped. The same night I watched it, and I was like, oh my god, we was not a month in, and then it finally dropped. I had this exact feeling you were gonna lie there, so I wonder you. Oh yeah, I feel like it was just the immune system. My immune system was feeling a bit better. And I don't know what it was, how it all happened. Now it just felt weird. And I was just I don't know. I just feel like I was ready to pass out. I was ready to just boom, just pass out. And I was just fuck. So that's why I was okay, you know what? I'm gonna just inform this, and clarify it. That hey, I'm not feeling well today. I'm not feeling it. And it was just weird. I came home, I got home at 8, and I was just I went outside, took the trash back, and I was just my brain was so drained out. It was drained out. I didn't know what to do next. The moment pulling the trash back, I was just felt my whole body was forced itself down. I was oh yeah, I'm drained. I told myself, I said, take 2 pills and knock yourself out. And this is right before 12 o'clock too. It was you ain't gonna make it to the premiere today. You ain't gonna make it to the wash. You ain't gonna make it to the you ain't gonna make it to anything. Take the 2 pills and knock yourself out. That's all you gotta do. And I think I went to sleep. It was 1 o'clock. I woke up. I watched a bit of the playback, and I went straight back to sleep. I think it was 4 o'clock. I woke back up again. And I went back to sleep again. I was telling this to Duke, I was I don't know what it was last night. I was having hard going back to sleep. I woke up with a headache. My body was feeling all tired. Felt it was just a weird sense in my body. And I don't know what it was. So, like I said, at 8, I was I'm just gonna eat me something. And then went and got me something on my way home from work. Then I took some pills. I took some pills before going to work. Thought it'd make me feel better, but it didn't. And then I took some pills again. I was I'm gonna just sleep this off. That's what I'm gonna do. Take 2 pills and then sleep this off. I should have took 3, honestly, because I feel my head is coming a headache. Another headache's coming back again, honestly. But I that's what it was. I don't know what it was. I know it was. Let's see, 10:36ish last night. Usually I go to bed 11, and I need to stop doing that. Going to bed 11:30 at night, because that'd be messing up my schedule too of sleep. Especially if I go to work early, I get up early at 5 in the morning. I got to get up, and it's just so. But anyway, y'all, I'm gonna end it though. I'm gonna end the stream tonight, y'all. I'm gonna end the stream tonight. I'm gonna give me something to eat. Let these clothes finish drying. Enjoy the rest of my night. I work tomorrow. We'll be doing another stream hopefully by next week. We'll see how next week is rolling. If anything does come up, I will let you guys know. Yes, and while we are here, of course, we will wish a happy birthday to our good friend Randy Time, since it's his birthday today. And well, since he's never actually here, well, he's never here, but yes, happy birthday to Randy Time. And of course, as a friendly reminder too, ladies and gentlemen, in about 3 weeks away, Jesus, in about 3 weeks away, we are be having our Muppet movie night. So I'm gonna keep reminding you guys every time, reminding you guys every time about this. 3 weeks away, Muppet movie night. What we're watching, the Muppets celebrate Jim Henson. What for? In honor of Jim Henson's birthday. Why? Because it's long overdue, and I promise you guys, I got them Muppet movie night for the longest, obviously. So just remember, in 3 weeks away, don't forget. And I'll remind you guys again in the next stream again. Hopefully nothing else crazy does come up, and hopefully I don't have to do another weekday stream that you don't have to catch me again on another crazy epic school night. If so, then I will tempt myself to say, let me catch you all on the weekend, because I hate going live on the weekdays and you have to see my beautiful ugly face. And I know some of you guys hate seeing my beautiful ugly face. I know. Look at his face. It's so ugly. It's so ugly. It's tintiness of beautifulness. Even Dookie said I look very sexy, and I tell him, so beautiful. I love it. But speaking of which, though, I actually want to play something very, very keenful, very lovely. Yeah, I know I am saying too much. Deshaun, you saying that is a lot of debatable topics here, sir. Well, this is what I sent to Dookie the other night. I think you guys would love to hear this.
Hey, little bitch! Answer the phone! Answer the phone, you hoe! You sexy asshole! Answer the phone, you hoe! No, I just want to mess with you on this voicemail so you can listen to this recording. Love it.
I think I got one more. Yes, I have one more.
Hey, you little bitch! You didn't answer the phone! Answer your phone, you fucking hoe! Answer the phone! Okay, that's all I want to fucking say today. Love you.
The interactions between me and Dookie when he don't answer the phone. So, and then there was one time I actually, God forbid, that he caught a little bit. Oh God, it's so embarrassing. So, when I was using the toilet, and God, like, you gotta listen to me using the toilet. We don't talk about that one. That was on accident, and I'm surprised that what caught it. But anyway, let's play a goodnight song. Actually, let's play the goodnight song. Shall we play the goodnight song? Let's play the goodnight song. Let's play the goodnight song. We shall play our goodnight song. Oh, and don't forget, guys, this Monday we got the bangers. Hey. Ava, you're just in time because we're about to end. But actually, I'm gonna do this for you. I haven't did this in a long time. Well, not in a long time. I did this in a minute. For you, Ava. For you, my friend. For you, Ava. Haven't did this. Hi, Ava. Hi, Ava. Ava, 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 Ava. What is this, a funeral or someone getting married? Excuse me, that's my ouch, bitch. Ouch, bitch. Whoa. Is this a funeral or someone getting married? Dun, 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 dun. Ow! Oh! Ouch. Yeah, Bender. Get the... Don't say it. Okay. We're gone. Goodbye. See you later, alligator. Oh yeah. Best buddies. Right like the wind, bullseye. Get your goddamn up. Yeehaw. Yes, but you're making it out of context. Good. We gotta make more of these. I don't know either. Right like the wind, bullseye. Yeah. Whoa. What the hell are you doing? I don't know. You're making it out of context, for custard cheese. Oh, hell yeah. Custard cheese out of context. Yep, here we go again. Part 87. Ah, shit, you're gonna let Emo have this in here. For part 6. Good night, song. Oh shit. Get the good night song. Get the good night song on. Get the good night song on. Okay. Get.
Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. Baby. I hate to leave you, but I really must say good night, sweetheart. Good night.
Take it, beach. I got to go. Oh, I gotta leave. I gotta get out. Right now. I'm going home.
Oh, baby. Beach Bear's out of here.
I'm gone.
Good night,
I'm
sweetheart. Good night.
Oh, speaking of history, there was a time when there was no Looney Birds. Kids hummed quietly to themselves while sitting patiently waiting for dinner to end. But no longer do they have to suffer the slings and arrows of a macaroni dinner. 'Cause I love you so.
Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. I gotta go now. Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. No, really, I gotta go. We hate to leave you, but we really must say,
I gotta say this.
good night, sweetheart. Good night.
And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to end the stream. Thank you guys so much for joining in another Saturday Night Live here on Constant Keys Entertainment. We hope you guys have a lot of fun. Until then, we'll see you on the next stream. You guys enjoy the rest of your night.